everyone, and welcome to the Music is Our Hero podcast, hosted by Grammy Award winner Drea Young. This is the spot where we celebrate creativity, share stories, and lift each other up in the arts. Each episode will dive into conversations that inspire, empower, and spark new ideas, because art isn't just about what we make, it's about the community we build together. So grab a seat, get comfy, and let's grow in creativity side by side. The Music is Our Hero podcast, where creativity, community, and inspiration come to life.
Okay. Little does everybody know, this is our fifth take. I feel like we are having technical difficulties here. So we are going to start this again. I'm sitting here with Miss Angel May, who is a poet. We met back in probably 2018, 2019 at some open mics. And I was really drawn to her and her writing and how emotional it was and all that. So that's a little backstory. That's about all we know about each other. We haven't really talked to each other besides poetry and music. So we're here today. She hit me up to be on the podcast. I'm super excited to hear where you at and what's been going on. And so let's just get a little background of what started you in writing and wanting to do things like that, and we'll take it from there.
Well, I pretty much write and create out of necessity, meaning that, like, if I don't have an outlet, I'll pretty much lose my mind. At least that's what it feels like to me. So I'm just really grateful that I have, like, a place to put everything.
Yeah, that is very important because, and I can tell that's in your writing because, you know, a lot of people probably don't know how to deal with different emotions and different feelings, and it comes out in very bad ways. So it's awesome that you have found that outlet. When did you start writing?
I feel like I've been pretty much writing since I could write. It's just always been something I've done naturally. A lot of it started as songwriting, but my dad is also a poet, so I kind of just, after watching him put paint on paper, I was just like, I need to try that. I need to see how that feels for me.
Yeah. Has he ever released or shared any of his poetry?
Not to my knowledge. I don't think so.
Oh, okay. No, but you've read it?
Yeah, he used to read it to me, but, like, only to me. It was just one of those things we would just share.
Yeah. Was it good?
It's very good.
Yeah. Did you have any inspirations in your life that...
As far as poetry, other than my dad, probably not. But musically, I have a lot of inspirations. Like, music is kind of tied into everything that I do. And even before the poetry, I would say music was my first love. Like, you couldn't tell me that I wasn't going to be the next Beyonce.
Yeah.
She's still my favorite artist. And I just...
You will be the next Beyonce.
Don't think that's happening anymore, but I appreciate the enthusiasm.
Yeah. So are you working on... What's going on right now in your life?
Back in August, I published my first book.
Okay.
It's a poetry book.
Oh, you did publish a book?
Yes.
Oh, okay, cool.
It's called I Promise My Sky Isn't Always Falling.
Okay. And can you get that everywhere?
You can get it Amazon, Barnes & Noble online. You can get it directly through Ingram Smart, which is the publisher that I use.
Uh-huh.
And, pretty much anywhere books are sold, you can request it.
Okay. And it's called, what'd you say it's called?
I Promise My Sky Isn't Always Falling.
Let me show the camera real quick. So this is her poetry book that she just published in August.
This one looks
congratulations on that.
But this is my author's copy, so it has like all my notes and everything in it, so it looks a little crazy. But
what is it?
It's just the first copy, so this has like all the mistakes and everything in it.
Okay.
But if you order it, the one you get will look a lot nicer than this.
Oh, all right. That's all right. You got the artist version, right? The crazy artist version.
This goes with all my journals.
I love that. Another thing I was opening up that I never knew about Angel is what she was born with. So she's been in a wheelchair your whole life, correct?
Yes.
And what again were you born with?
Cerebral palsy.
And what was that?
It basically comes from, I was born prematurely, so my muscles are underdeveloped.
Okay.
There are a lot of different types, but for me, it just primarily affected like my lower extremities.
Okay.
So I don't walk at all, but
okay.
For the most part, I still try to be pretty independent.
Yeah. Yeah, and you get around. And I guess like with your, it's great that you have the outlet that you have, right? Because you can't really like, I know with me sometimes if I'm feeling a certain way, I'll go and take a bike ride and it gets a lot out, which that's something that you're not able to do, correct?
I mean, there are different versions of everything. So if I really wanted to do something like that, there's always a way.
Like they make things,
But
right?
yeah,
Yeah, because I have a friend who got into a motorcycle accident when he was 20 and he got paralyzed from like whatever down. And yeah, I've learned a lot from him. He's amazing. He's a major inspiration. It's been like over 20 years now. And, he has a car, like the gas pedals are on the steering
he has
wheel.
handbrakes.
Yeah. So you're right. What kind of like bicycle thing would there be, do you think?
I don't know what you would call it. I just know that they exist.
Yeah, I guess everything exists, huh?
If you look hard enough for it, yeah.
So do you want to read any of your poetry? Do you want to let's talk about this book.
Sure, I'll read something.
All right, read us something.
Let me see.
When you sit down to write, is it all come out at once or do you kind of write it over time?
Well, this book, these are poems that this is over like a 7-year period of my life.
Okay.
So some of these I wrote when I was doing the open mics at the Toast of Walnut.
Oh, okay.
A lot of these actually took place during that time.
Okay.
But my writing process, like the older I'm getting, it changes. It's actually changed like a lot.
And how has it changed?
I used to I get an idea and it would just kind of fall out like vomit sort of thing. Like it would literally wake me out of my sleep and I would have to write.
Yeah.
But nowadays I have to make more of a conscious decision to be like, okay, I'm actually going to sit down and write this. Because if I don't sit down with it, it'll just leave me. Like the thought will just disappear.
Yeah.
I think it's a stress related thing. Because, you get older, you have more responsibilities, more stress.
Yeah.
But I also think that's why it's so important to do the art anyway, create the thing anyway, write the poem anyway, because you're going to be more stressed. Stress is always going to be there.
Yeah. Yeah, it's true.
I'm just looking for one specifically. I'm also not trying to get too depressed because there is a lot of sad poetry in here. I'm not a sad person, but that's because a lot of it goes into the writing. So I try not to be.
That's what happens with, I feel like, music and poetry. That's because you're getting it out. And that's what people like too. Don't they?
Do they? I think that was.
I think they like all of it, but I feel like so many songs. Not like I haven't read a lot of poetry, but like so many songs. There's so many sad songs, love songs, and I don't know.
My brother would yell at me all the time when I was younger. He'd be like, "You're sad all the time because you listen to all this sad music," and I'm just like, "Not really, but okay."
How is your older brother?
Yes,
How many siblings do you have?
3.
3. Okay. One older brother, and then who else?
A younger brother and a younger sister.
Okay, cool. Nice. Did you find it?
One good one, I think. This will make a good segue as well.
Okay.
So this poem is called WWB, The Poem. And this piece also ended up inspiring what came out later was my EP that was called Written While Bleeding. So that's why it says specifically The Poem as opposed to the album, the EP. Told myself, ain't no sense in fear and darkness. Here it is. How is it that fighting me is fleeting when mama warned me this world ain't nice? The ones who taught me love are gone. Now I'm searching for a reason to keep on believing, looking for my light while everything inside of me is screaming. Without light, I lost love and learned I wasn't worth keeping. Caught my breath when I realized I was bleeding and pictured my demise as a rebirth rather than an ending. Paused and thought of my loved ones hurting, then of the years I spent crying, debating if it's worth it. Maybe rest will teach me real love, a love no living soul is giving. Maybe then I'll feel deserving, an outcome I'll be controlling. won't be so disappointing. Got me thinking, if this is my legacy before leaving, at least I can say I did it for me. And they can say they remember me, written while bleeding.
Wow.
And that's from 2022.
Okay. That's a good poem. It's deep. And you said that comes from an EP. The Written While Bleeding is an EP.
The title came to me first, so I ended up writing that poem.
Okay.
And then later on, I thought of the concept for the cover for the EP, like the cover art. And so I decided, because of the concept of the cover art and because of the poem itself, I wanted to name the EP Written While Bleeding. Because I did this whole Carrie thing, like the movie Carrie, she's covered in pig's blood.
Oh, okay.
So that's what the cover art is based off of.
Oh, wow.
Because that's one of my comfort movies, strangely enough.
Carrie, I feel like I've seen it, but I can't remember. Or it's been on in the background.
There's so many different versions of it, but I think the original is from like 76 or something. So like you've probably seen it.
Yeah, I feel like I have, but I'm horrible with movies. But the blood and the name sounds familiar.
Well, it's based off a Stephen King book, so.
Oh, okay. So it's like a horror.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Is that what you like? Do you like all kinds of movies?
Lately, I've been getting really into my horror bag. I don't know if that comes from like trauma and trying to cope with things, or like it just started happening to me a couple years ago, because as a kid, I definitely wasn't like that. I was a big scaredy cat, and I wouldn't look at anything like that. But now, I don't know, it's just oddly comforting.
Yeah, I'm a psychological. I like psychological thrillers. I like the mind games that
I can do those
spook.
too. It depends on my mindset at the time, though.
Yeah. So with your poetry, do things rhyme? I just listen whenever you.
No, I mean, I like for things to have a certain flow, because again, I think of most things musically. So I do like it to sound good when
It's
I
like
say it
spoken
out.
word
Yeah,
almost.
but it doesn't have to necessarily rhyme. I don't really follow any specific structure when I'm writing. I just kind of just do.
Yeah. So as far as your poetry book, how did you go about? I know you said it took a lot of years. There's like 7 years of writing in there, right? Mm-hmm. Now, did you start it with a concept? Did you just do whatever? How did you go about all that?
Well, at first I wasn't sure what I wanted to do, which is also part of the reason it took so long. I had a different title, but then I was going through and deciding which pieces I wanted to put in the book and which I didn't. And there was one poem in particular that actually doesn't have a name that had this phrase in it: "I promise you my sky isn't always falling." And when I went back to read it, I was like, that's the title. That's what the title should be. And I also had this idea to take these pictures that I have like in my phone of like different sunsets, and because I'm that girl that's always taking pictures of the sky.
Yes.
So
I have a picture of the sky too.
With the many different pictures I had and that title on top of it, it just seemed like that was the story that I wanted to tell.
Yeah.
Because that concept of like, oh, the sky is falling, to me, that sounds like when you're the crisis friend and something's always wrong. And for a long time in a lot of my friendships, that's what I felt like. I mean, I'm in therapy now, so I'm doing a lot better. But like prior to therapy, I was a mess.
How long we talked before, like right before this, you said you were born in 93. So you are how old?
32.
32. Okay. And how long have you been going into therapy?
Well, I've always kind of done it on and off. I think when I first started therapy, I was like 18 or 19.
Okay.
But this is the first time I've been going to therapy consistently, and it's been almost 3 years.
Yeah.
So I feel like a completely different person.
And it's helping you a lot?
It definitely helped to give me the push to finally finish this book and stop just talking about it.
Okay. And do you find that it's changed any of your writing? Or do you feel like you still...
Maybe not the tone of my writing, but just like the things I decide to write about.
Yeah.
Like I'm always an overthinker. I'm always analyzing things. So now my brain is kind of just like, okay, but how do I condense this and make it a piece of art?
Yeah.
Because if I'm just talking about it, then I'll just ramble and like ruminate on things.
Yeah.
But also, I think a big component of me finishing was that I lost my grandmother in 2019.
Okay.
And I lost my favorite auntie in 2022.
Is that why you were a mess, maybe?
That was definitely part of it.
it.
And I was not like processing grief well at all.
Okay.
So I ended up dedicating this book to them just because like I wish that they were here to see it, but I also know that like they're super proud of me for actually getting it done.
It's like sad that they're not here, but you know that they know.
Like
and
I'm not a
and if
religious
anybody's
person.
giving you the energy and the push, they're probably like, go,
Oh yeah,
Angel, go.
definitely.
Go. You know, so that feels good. I like that. So, all right. So it started with I Promise My Skies Are Always Falling came from one of your poems.
Yes.
And then what's as far as the rest of the book, is it kind of just a bunch of poems, or is there, like you said, a concept? Is there something that's going on throughout the?
I think it has a couple different things. It really starts out with me processing my grief, just because, again, me deciding to dedicate the book to my grandmother and my auntie. So the first couple pages is like really just me processing those losses, but a lot of it is just like my journey to like accepting the things I can't change and accepting like you have to love yourself even if you're not perfect. Like my perfectionism is like at an all-time high sometimes, and it's just like you're allowed to love yourself even when you don't get it right. So I think that's the biggest theme, is just like accepting what is and loving what is, even if it's not what you thought it was going to look like.
Right. Yeah. That's all true words. You're an intelligent human. Just so you know, you have a beautiful soul. You're a beautiful human, and as far as this book, I didn't even realize this book was out. So I really definitely want to help you, like, spread the word about it. Have people read it at all? Have you had any?
It hasn't had like
that you know. Have you been able to? Have you been to any open mics recently or anything like that?
I'm not getting out as much as I used to. I do need to get out more.
Yeah.
So it hasn't had as much push as I would like, but that's also why I wanted to kind of sit down to catch up with you, but also just to like, just talk
to put it out
and,
there.
let the world know like I am here. It's out there.
Miss Angel May is still in the building.
Exactly.
Yeah. Is there another one that you like in here?
I mean, I like them all, but some of them are really long.
Oh, are they? What about Air and Water? That's what I just opened up to.
That's actually one of my favorites.
Yeah? Do you want to read it?
Sure.
Let's read that one.
This is very spiritual, but it's also more it's about a friendship breakup and that concept of like letting people go even when you love them. So that's what this piece is.
Which is not always an easy thing, but
it is.
You
not.
figured it out. We all have to figure it out.
Air and Water. Unlike all the others, I called this the one he'd never read, then proceeded to try and recreate a feeling, a moment, not a specific place or date. I thought maybe we could lean in again. Forgive me for not accepting what is gone. The way it lingers makes it hard to forget. Makes me want to remember. The lost boy I always write about. Lost in the forest, tangled in the trees, like his own emotions. I saw and had the nerve to write about him, like I myself wasn't lost at sea, drowning. But I can remember when I swam to the surface and he showed me how to breathe. I looked up and there he was, reaching for me. Whether he pulled me out or I pulled him in, the fact was we both had beauty to share, things we wanted the other to see. By no means is this meant to insult or compliment him. This is me acknowledging that if he hadn't left me, I wouldn't be here. Me following this waterfall, him swinging from branches. We won't lean in again, but we could quite possibly wave while we land exactly where we're supposed to be. Miss Angel May.
Beautiful. I love that. Air and Water. Do you have an audio book of this? Did you ever think about doing that if you haven't?
It is something I would like to do, but I would have no idea how to get something like that started. But it's definitely a thought that I've had.
I might be able to help you. Right?
That could be a cool project for us.
Because you probably just need What do you need? You just need to record it and then figure out how to release it, right? I feel like, of course, the book is a fantastic way, but I feel like a lot of people also just put things in their ears and listen. And the way that you read your poetry, you can feel all the emotions in it. So it might be a good idea.
I like that. Yeah, we should.
Whatever I can do to help you, because people need to hear Miss Angel May, because I just think you have just incredible things to share. And not everybody gets books, I feel like, but maybe people that are really into poetry do.
I don't really know. I never really thought about it. I just kind of know that like there are people who like poetry. Like I know I'm not the
people.
only one, so I'm just
Yeah.
like, this is
Do
usually
you
the
read,
route
do
that
you
people
read other
go.
people's do you read other people's poetry?
I listen to a lot of poetry,
Yes, that's
so I guess that's
where we're
proving your point.
So I think well that's why I was just thinking that as we were sitting here. So we'll have to figure out a time to meet up again, and then if we make a day of it, we could probably just get it all done.
Okay.
I love this idea. So you're Miss Angel May everywhere, right?
Yes.
So at Miss Angel May on Instagram.
My Instagram says I am _Angel May, but the top of it does say Miss Angel May.
Okay, and then are you even on Facebook?
I am. That's Miss Angel May.
Okay, and then YouTube's Miss Angel May.
And then I have TikTok too, but there's a lot of underscores in that. But it's Miss Angel May. If you type in Miss Angel May, it'll
Just Miss Angel May. You'll find her eventually. Anything else that you wanted to share about anything, or
The EP is out there. It's called Written While Bleeding. I also have a single that's not on the EP that's called Goodbyes, which that's from, I think, 2023.
okay,
I mean, a lot of it's just me dibbling and dabbling.
dibbling and dabbling.
I got into music primarily because my inner child told me to do it. And, it's just one of those things that I started out doing it more for myself. I really didn't think about the idea of other people listening to it, but it's just like, do this for the little girl that wanted to be Beyonce.
Yeah,
And just see if
and
you
that's
can
what
do
matters.
it.
Yeah, and that's what matters
Yeah.
to you. It makes you happy. It makes that little girl happy, and you never know what can come from that either. I feel like that's a great organic way to do it.
I have a graphic design degree, but I don't really use it because it's not something I really wanted to do. It's kind of those things where it's like, I went to college for music. That didn't go how I thought it was going to go. And I'm like, well, I'm here and I'm not transferring out again. So I had to just pick it, you pick a major. So I picked graphic design because I'm like, hey, this will be useful. Either way, you can use this.
You can use it. That's the good part.
But, so I get it. Like, I also wanted to go the whole route with Full Sail. I'm pretty sure I got accepted there, but I just ended up not going just because it's far and it costs a lot of money.
Far and expensive. Yeah, I just paid my loans off in 2023, which was crazy because I had I was in my 20s when I got out of that school, and I said, I'm going to be in my 40s when I pay this off. And I was like, oh my God, I'm in my 40s, but it's paid off. So that's the
important thing.
That's over with. But yeah, with graphic design, it was kind of like, because music is where my heart is. So it was like, I don't know. I did try to have some graphic design jobs, but I didn't like being told what to do. Like, I didn't want to design for anything.
Oh, I was hell on wheels in college for that exact reason. No pun intended. But my professors would tell you,
Hell on wheels.
I just didn't want to. It's not that I didn't want to be there. I just was like, I know this is not what I want to do, and I was just very combative about everything. And I think about that on the regular, like, to my professors, I am so sorry that I was just such a thorn in everybody's side, because my God.
Yeah, that was the thing. Yeah, it was one of those things. And that's the thing, too. And I'm okay with where I'm at with my life and music and everything. Like, my fiance, she is so talented. She is so talented on the piano, on the guitar. She can sing. She can do so many things, and she's so good. But she's complete opposite of me because she doesn't ever want to do it for a job. Her thing is, if I start doing it, I'm going to not want to do it anymore. And I love this, so I don't, which I get it. I get it. Do you have anything else that you wanted to share?
Not that I can think of.
Not that you can think of? I'm going to ask you what I ask people at the end of these podcasts. And I ask everyone how music is their hero. So it could be music, it could be poetry, it could be art. But how do you feel like music or art is your hero, if it is?
Well, I definitely feel like music is my hero because it's at the forefront of everything that I do. If I'm writing, there's music playing. If I'm painting, there's music playing. If I'm not doing anything and I just feel like I'm in a bout of depression, there's still music. And you know what comes out of me when I can't write is I'm probably going to sing something. It's probably going to be the saddest song you've ever heard. But if I'm singing, at least I know that like I'm still strong enough to come up out of something. Music will always be my first love, and I mean that in a sense of like I loved music before I even loved myself. So whether I go the direction of writing or whatever I decide to do, there's just always going to be music involved.
As far as your music, when you make music, are you working with people, or do you make any music actually, or do you write the words and sing it and then someone else produces it?
I mean, I definitely want producing is something I definitely want to learn.
Yeah.
It's definitely on my list of things to do. With the EP, I was working a lot with Sunshine Rob. I think you know him because he used to
Oh, I
come
know
to
Sunshine Rob.
Yeah, he used to come to the Toast of Walnut.
Yeah,
So,
how's he? Do you still talk to him?
I haven't talked to him in a little while, but he did all the production for my EP.
Oh, okay, cool.
We did that entire thing
He's a
together.
killer guitar player, right?
Oh, I know. It's insane.
Did he play guitar on your?
A little bit, not as much as I would have liked, but he did play a little.
Okay, that's awesome.
And for my single that I came out with, that was a producer named Shanko who I met up at Rec Philly because I used to be a member at Rec Philly, so I would do a lot of things there.
Okay.
A lot of the recording, like musically, I did all that there because it was just easier to get studio time when I was a member.
Right.
Which I definitely need to go back to Rec. I miss it there.
Yeah.
It's just so
Yeah, because they
expensive.
pretty much, so it's a membership at Rec, and they provide like studio and everything like that.
They have recording studios. They have like offices you can meet in. They have a podcast studio. They have like yoga studios, dance studios. Pretty much a space for
Creators.
anything that you could think of. The way they advertise it is like it's a gym membership before creatives.
Okay. Hopefully people use it then, because people don't use their gym
Oh
memberships.
no, it's very very crowded and I love to see where they've taken things lately. I haven't been a member since I think 2022 or 2023, but yeah, it was probably 2023 because that was my last single. So I definitely miss it. It's definitely a good resource in Philadelphia.
I think that's all I got. Otherwise, we're just going to start doing what we do good, the best, and ramble.
Rambling is good too.
Rambling is good. All right. Well, thank you so much for taking the time to sit here and talk about your poetry and your life with me. And I look forward to recording that audiobook with you in the near future and releasing this and letting more people know that Miss Angel May is still here and has great poetry that we are ready, or look at me taking credit for her poetry that she is ready to share with you. All right, that's it.
Until next time, keep creating, keep connecting, and keep building together. Remember, we're in this together, so let's keep each other's shine alive.